Alright guys, Tactical here. Today we're going to be talking about the Pro League play-in pool play, which was announced yesterday, the pools for the qualifier, and also the league play format and the day it was announced. And I talked about that in a video a few hours ago, so if you haven't seen that, feel free to check it out. It'll be down in the description box below. If you have seen it, you can skip forwards a minute or so in this video, because I'm going to be doing the announcement again about the Discord and the Patreon I've created. So, I'll go through that now. So I've created this Discord. If you guys want to join the community, I don't know, like have a chat with each other, see if we can sort something out. I don't know, people are asking me that I should create some sort of Discord for my YouTube channel, so, the link's down in the description box below. I've also created a Patreon, so I said a similar thing in the last video that, of course, there's no obligation to donate anything. Your likes and your comments are easily enough support, but if you do want to, then the Patreon is now available, so that will be linked down in the description box below as well. I am aware, as I said in the last video as well, that when you donate on this, there is like VAT on top, so I don't get all the money that you are trying to donate, I guess. So I'm considering maybe setting up a PayPal as well, where you can just, if you want to do a one-off donation, then that's possible. So the rewards aren't exactly spectacular right now, but, I'll credit you in the description of my videos and potentially in the actual video itself, in the HUD, I guess you could say. Anyway, so yeah, any thoughts on these? Leave them down in the comment section below, or join my Discord and tell me direct, which would be even more fantastic. So today we're going to be going through the Pro League pools, the Pro League playing pools. So what I wanted to do is just to briefly explain that Optic, Splice, Luminosity and E-United, they're already in the Pro League. They came top 4 at CWL Las Vegas. These teams are from 5th place through to 32nd place, so 28 teams here, and they were organised as such. So the teams that were 5th through 6th, they went in pools A and B, and then, it goes all the way from there. So the pools are roughly balanced, but as you can see here, the pools don't really seem to be particularly balanced. There's definitely some pool of deaths, I guess you could say, and I'm sure you'll have thoughts on what those are in the comment section below. Wanted to clear something up though, because Call of Duty World League, who obviously aren't anywhere near as good as Call of Duty Gamepedia in doing these updates, these are the pools that they tweeted out on their Twitter. And as you can see here, so Mazer Gaming here on the left, and now, if you look at CoD Gamepedia's one, Mazer Gaming appear in Pool C. So what's going on here is that for some reason, Call of Duty World League decided that they would include the names of the teams at Vegas. So Straight Rippin' is Space Police team. They're no longer under Straight Rippin', but they're still listed here as Straight Rippin'. And there's other teams that have changed organisations, or they currently don't have an organisation, planning to get one when or if they qualify for the Pro League. So Mazer Gaming was Teddy Rex's team at CWL Vegas. However, now they're not, and that's why you see Mazer Gaming in Pool C, and Teddy Rex's team doesn't have an organisation as of the current time. So this is the correct one if you are a little bit confused about exactly what's going on. So anyway, let's go through the pools today. I did set up this Excel thing, which hopefully you should be able to see. So yeah, so we can walk through the pools like this. So I've got all the team members there, which I thought would be easier to look at. And yeah, so the format for this tournament is as follows. The top 2 in each pool go straight to Pro League. So the 7 teams in the pools, they all play each other single round robin, as is traditional like open events. So they each play 6 games each or whatever. The top 2 goes straight through into the Pro League. The bottom 2 go straight home. Then the final 3 get a second chance. The 3 middle teams from 3 to 5 in every single pool, so that's 12 teams in total. They play some sort of 12-team bracket, and then the top 4 teams in that bracket also go to the Pro League. So it's a very thorough format. It's the teams that make it effectively are going to deserve it. There really are no excuses in this one. If you're the best 12 teams at the event, you get through to the Pro League. That's how it seems to me. It's a pretty damn fair format, and it should be achievable for a lot of the top teams, right? 28 teams, top 12 at an event without Optic, Splice, Luminosity, or E-United, of course. It should be achievable. So let's go through the pools. I'm not going to do in-depth predictions here. I'm just going to talk about some ideas around the pool as a whole. And yeah, maybe I'm definitely going to do predictions in a couple of days' time, in more depth when I've really had maybe more time to think about it. So, Pool A. A lot of people are considering this the pool of death. We have some juggernauts in here. Team Sween, top 6 at CWL Vegas, have been looking really good online as well. They've won the last 2Ks. Reciprocity as well. They've been looking better online. They came second in the Pro Down a couple of weeks ago. They took Optic's first series off them in the entirety of Black Ops 4. So Team Sween and Reciprocity, those European teams, they're up there, joined then by FaZe Clan. And these guys seem to have been looking better recently as well, given that Celium's added to the team. They haven't been looking unbelievably good online, but it definitely seems like they've been a little bit better than they were before. Should be a force to be reckoned with, you know, these guys on LAN. Don't know too much about Celium, but the other four, you've got to be a bit scared of that combination. Teddy Rex's team really surprised me. As I say, they were under Mesa Gaming at CWL Vegas. They surprised me there, had a lot of decent results, fair few upsets, and yeah, they did well, so this team is also to be reckoned with. Zaptius, I think, is a fantastic player from what I've seen of him. So, another scary team. Then you've got FaZe Clan Black. I find this super interesting that both these teams, FaZe Clan and FaZe Clan Black, are in the same pool, because surely there's conflict of interest here, right? FaZe Clan, they need one win, say, to qualify for the Pro League. They're up against FaZe Clan Black. Like, someone behind the scenes is like, you know, guys, we need to get this main team in the Pro League, you know? I don't know, but that was just something that came to mind. Not both of these teams can qualify. Well, I think both the teams can qualify for the Pro League. Like, let's say they just came 1 and 2, for example, in this pool. But then FaZe would sell FaZe Black to some other organisation, right? I think that's their idea that they're going for here, that they think these guys are good enough to qualify, and they may well be. This is such a scary pool, this one, man. Then you've got Niall's team. I can't really expect these two guys to go very far. And then Enigma 6, like, what a pool this is. These guys came top 6 in the most recent Pro Down. They've got Frosty looking better every day. Kismet, fantastic talent as well. They've been great in the past. This pool is unbelievable. Let's go on to Pool B here. This pool's really interesting. We only have 2 North American teams in Envy and G2. The rest of the guys are from APAC or Europe. So this offers a good opportunity to get European teams or even Spanish teams into the league. So Lightning Pandas, they came top 6 at Vegas, looked very strong. They're joined by Envy and G2. It's pretty scary. It's another pretty damn scary pool, because Envy, okay, they didn't do well at Vegas. They came like top 16, top 12 or something like that, but they should be better than that, and you would very much expect them to make the Pro League. It would be almost a ridiculous turn of events if they weren't to. And then G2, of course, they're looking much better online. They came second in the most recent Pro Down. Methods, Lacefield seem to be reinvigorating that lineup. You've got to expect these guys to qualify as well, haven't you? So then we've got Heretics, Tainted Minds, Fact Revolution, and Giants. Heretics have been looking super good online, and they very good on LAN at Vegas as well. Really showed some innovations in the control game mode in particular. And yeah, I honestly really would like these guys to qualify. I'd love to have some Spanish representation. And with Heretics and Giants both here, you know, you'd hope that one of them could get through. Of course, as I say, only the top 2 qualify. And on seeding, my initial expectations probably says Lightning Pandas and G2. But who knows what's going to happen. Maybe Heretics can sneak in there. Tainted Minds as well, you've got. This is potentially a scary squad, but then again, they came top 2 in the most recent 2K in the APAC region, and Mindfreak have been looking a bit of a mess as well, so I can't really favour Tainted Minds. Fact Revolution, of course, Sunny B's squad. These guys actually have some potential here. Chain and Maple, I think, are great players. Defrag as well. I haven't seen too much of Cammy. There's definitely some potential there. And then Giants, you know, they've recent change, taken out Legends, bringing in Invidian. Don't really give them too much hope, but still, Pool B is very scary. You look at those top 4 teams, I think really any of those 2 could get out of this pool. Going on to Pool C, 100 Thieves are in this one. Spacely's team as well. Those are the top 2 seeds, and it would very much be expected that those 2 are the ones to come out. The lower tier teams on this, really, I wouldn't give too much expectation to. But then again, the Pittsburgh Knights are definitely a force to be reckoned with. They've had this change with Ricky and Saints coming in. Parasite, of course, on that squad looked relatively decent in scrims, I think. Accelerate is also a team not to be underestimated. Beezy, Fastballer, Emery's Believe, Profizi. Those are names that we've heard in the past. They've done some decent things on LAN. I don't think they'll be good enough to make the Pro League is my initial expectation, but definitely an underdog team. A team like 100 Thieves potentially could implode at any moment. This team is a potential upset squad that could send those guys haywire, and Fastball is just an incredibly frustrating player to play against, just the way he plays the game. So, you know, I can see a potential upset on the cards there. Midnight Esports, don't really have too much faith in this team. Overtime actually made a crazy comeback. This is the French squad. crazy comeback to even make this Pro League qualifier. So, you know, full French team. These are actually really decent talents. And I give them an outside chance. I don't really think Mesa Gaming has much chance though. Supreme Agility, you've got, you know, he was good last year, but the rest of the guys on the team haven't really heard too much of. This pool, I wouldn't say it's a pool of death by any means. I think there's maybe 4 teams that could get out. I think you're definitely got to lean towards 2 of the top 3. And yeah, who's going to miss out of those top 3 is very interesting. The team that does miss out, I'm very much expecting to go through the rest of it. But then again, if you don't place top 2, you have to come top 4 in a 12-team bracket with potentially other very good squads in there, given potential upsets that might have happened. So it's going to be a crazy few days. Going on to Pool D. This is the final one. Evil Geniuses, Red Reserve, UU, Mindfreak, The Imperial, Movistar Riders, and Nation of Power. So I'm pretty damn confident the Red Reserve can get out of this. I think this is probably the easiest pool, I guess, for the top 2 seeds. UIU and UU, whoever, were definitely pretty good at Vegas. But EG and Red Reserve should have this one in the bag, I would say. Red are probably my number 1 favourites based on what they've been doing online. But, you know, Facento, Revan on the squad. EG, been looking decent as well. Lower down the pool, I don't give too many teams much expectation here. It's definitely an interesting situation, though. Mindfreak, can APAC get a team in the Pro League is a question. With this Beaston lineup, been looking a little bit, you know, not the player they wanted as far as it seems. So I'm not really giving too much confidence to Mindfreak. The Imperial is that old Epsilon team pretty much with, you know, really Vortex and Hawkeye still over there. I've spelt Hawkeye wrong, but who really cares at this point? You've got another Spanish team in there. And then you've got Nation of Power with Robbie Beam, and he's really the only guy that people would have heard of in that team. UIU have a decent outside shot, I think. Gorgo Knight coming into that squad. Definitely some decent high-level players in there. I think they came top 16 at Vegas, so relatively good placing from them. And as I say, you know, it really just takes one upset. Let's say Mindfreak, Imperial, Movistar, and Nation of Power, they're just all terrible. They're just fighting it out for who's going to go home and who's going to get the second chance in the bracket. Let's say it's just a fight between the top 3 in that situation. Like, you get one upset series, and the Red Reserve have a history, especially Rated and Joe. They lost to, it was Spoof and Mayhem at Infinite Warfare Champs to get knocked out top 24. They lost to these guys. They beat every other team. They went 2-1 in their pool, but still went home because they lost a match to this team. And, okay, not in this situation. It's unlikely they're going to be going home because they lose a match, but they could well be going into a potential gauntlet 12-team bracket to try and make it into the Pro League. So, very interesting scenario. I'm sure you guys will have a lot of decent opinions on who's going to qualify. And yeah, leave your opinions down below. And I'll do another video on actual predictions in a few days' time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always, all that good stuff. And yeah, what do you think's the pool of death? Pool A probably is the top of my list right now. I honestly think Pool B is a really scary one as well. I think Pool C and D, there's only really a couple of teams that could qualify. But look at Pool A, man. Like, Sween, Reciprocity, FaZe, Enigma 6 can all definitely come top 2. Then I think Teddy's team has a chance, and so does FaZe Clan Black. So I legit think there's 6 teams that could potentially qualify here. I don't see Teddy's team getting top 2. It's possible for all the other 5, though. I really think Niall's team's going to struggle here. Pool B may be a similar situation as that. I think there's 4 teams that could potentially come top 2. And yeah, apart from that, I don't see anyone else qualifying. But Pool A and B are the pool of deaths for me. So yeah, leave your comment down in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.
EKIA. Pick it up, SEALs. We're taking a beating. Grenade! Threat neutralized. UAV awaiting orders. Friendly UAV inbound. Let's go! Sniper down! Hellstorm missile awaiting orders. Lightning strike awaiting coordinates. Reaper 1-1 is friendly lightning strike inbound. Threats.